Hello, oh, fuck, I was about to. Hello, good evening, lovely people. Today we are back with. Alright, so today we are back with another fish video. So today we're gonna be feeding my babies, and I'm also gonna give you guys an update on how my fish tank is doing, the fishing that we discussed about yesterday in the back over there, and some of the presumption that I had before I actually went to work. They were true. So I'm always right. I'm always right. But I'm just gonna show you guys what I was talking about. Alright, so if you watched yesterday's video, so you pretty much like know that I bought like 7 guppies, 7 maybe 8 guppies, yes, the day before at Petco, and almost all of them died, and I only had like 2 in the tank, one which kind of like looked like it was dying, and the other one that was pretty fine. And I speculated that, you know, the one that was fine, the one that's currently swimming right now will be pretty fine when I'll be back home, because it kind of looked like one of the steadiest one of the healthy one. So actually is one of the healthiest one, I guess. But right now it's doing pretty fine, you know, pretty reactive, just like swimming around. Which is exactly what I thought about, because every one of them that I bought just either like sat at the bottom of the thing or just all the way up there to sit on the leaves. But this one was just around swimming and looking at me, and kind of looked pretty, to be honest. But I think it's a male. I'm not sure about it. Don't quote me on this, but I do think it's a male though. So the thing that I'm gonna be doing right now is I'm gonna remove the dead fish in the aquarium, because yesterday I forgot to do that because I was in a rush, and I'm gonna take 2 Endlers from one of my established tank to put with him, so that he has, like, you know, some buddies until I get more guppies. But this time not gonna be for Petco. Like, I'm dead ass not interested into buying anything from any fish from Petco no more, because of, you know, those dead fish that I had 2 days ago, maybe like 1 day ago. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been not too long, but hey, I had a 12-hour shift yesterday. I'm gonna go to another 12-hour shift right now, and then I'll have another one tomorrow. So it's just that I just can't wait for this thing to finish. But hey, I'm surviving. And this snake at the bottom is doing pretty fine. Still cycling, still empty, nothing really on it. And I'm still not really sure about what I really want to put on it. So I have some sawtails on this 20-gallon long that you guys are looking at at the bottom right now. So I was thinking about like putting the sawtails on this big gigantic tank, but I'm not really sure. I am not really sure. So I think I'm gonna leave them to get maybe some discus, or maybe leave it for some angelfish, because I want to be the angelfish guy, the guy that knows everything about angelfish, just because they're just magnificent and beautiful. But I don't know. I still don't know yet. But once I'll finally like know, or once I'll finally be okay with what I really want to put on it, I'm of course gonna do a video and let you guys know, like, hey, you know what? That's what I'm gonna be putting on this gallon. This maybe 65 gallon, because I think it's a 55. But yeah, that was just for this thing. And of course, you have my beautiful baby angels on this 20-gallon long, growing every single day. And I let the light on a little longer, so I have like some algae on the glass, which I'm gonna clean once I have a day off, probably on Monday. But my babies are growing. It's really crazy how they are growing, because initially when I had them, and for me they were not growing. They just like stay like the same size, and I really did not see any changes at all. But it was like 2 maybe 3 days after I got them. But right now I'm seeing that the things is getting a little longer, and they are getting bigger slightly, but not all of them. But some of them are definitely getting bigger. They're definitely looking that they're gonna be a dime size. So I just can't wait for them like to be really big. I really don't know what about it, but I feel like, you know, as soon as they're gonna be big, I'm gonna love angelfish a lot. But I still love them right now, like the way that they are. But I just want to make them like a little bigger, and then like see them spawning and do other stuff. That's gonna be beautiful. But I'm waiting though. I'm waiting. And this is a 10-gallon that I have, small 10-gallon. And the craziest thing about this 10-gallon is the plant that I have on it. I generally did not plan or did not thought about, you know, how this thing will actually turn out. And I'm actually loving the way that it's turning out right now. It's like nothing that I did specifically, because I just had like a bunch of plants that just like that I dump in the tank randomly, and then right now you see like the beautiful effects that it's just doing with the roots that I really enjoying right now. So I think I'm gonna keep this for a little longer. But when it comes to the swordtails that I have in this thing, I only have like 2 male on it, and I'm waiting to buy some female, which is probably gonna be from a local fish store, maybe from another fish store, fish club auction, but not from Petco because they just suck. I'm sorry. And you have my little guys over there trying to give you more central view on my little guys. But I really do like the overall effect that the roots are doing with the thing, with the plant style. And I think the swordtails like it. I think finger crossed they liked it. Now I have my beautiful swordtails. They're still male though, and I had like a bunch of male from the last auction that I went up. They're beautiful, they're gigantic, they're healthy. They're on this 20-gallon long that I bought on Facebook Marketplace that I also repaired myself. And they were just like doing what swordtails do, you know, just try to pick on stuff and swimming around. And I still didn't freeze the bubbler. I think I need to do that, but didn't do it yet. I'm sorry. And this one is my first 10-gallon tank. And how do you know if this beautiful verdura that you see on the tank is another male swordtail that I bought at Petco? Surprisingly, this thing is still living, which is crazy. I really don't know or it might just be something that I'm making up right now. Like fish from PetSmart are better quality from fish from Petco. That's what I feel like, or that's what I've learned from my experience. Because see, the swordtails that I had like from Petco, they all ended up dying, or at least most of them, to be honest, because I only have like this guy left. But like the other one that I bought, like regular red velvet swordtails, they were not as big as those. Well, I'm not gonna make this as a fact, but I'll just say that they ended up having like eek or some random stuff that I did manage pretty well. But one day I went back home, one of them was eaten by the swordtails, because they had like a gigantic big round hole in the middle, and it was a female, and I was like, oh my god, so you guys actually eat fish? I was so surprised because I didn't know that they actually eat fish, but I speculated that they actually ate it because like, hey, it was only them, and beside of like I was done treating the fish, there was like nothing else. So it's probably like, you know, the fish dying and then seeing the fish that died, and maybe they got hungry and then they just ate it. That's my speculation, to be honest, but hey, don't take it as like a science because it's not something that has been tested, or just me talking about my experience. So yeah. But this beautiful male that you can see at the bottom of the tank, at the back of the tank though, I bought it from Petco, but it was like months ago. And the red velvet or some of the fish that I got from my local fish store club auction, and they're doing pretty good on this thing. And I have some fries Endlers, and they're just like swimming around, not really doing much. And I have them on this guppy grass, not they pretty much like though. But before I go today, I'm gonna take on some of my Endlers too on this thing to put on the guppy tank after I remove some of the dead fish, so that they keep the other guppy that I have left on the tank company. But I don't know if guppies and Endlers can actually breed though. But I guess they can. But I'm gonna look into it if like Endlers and guppies they can actually breed. That'll be pretty awesome to see if there is any genetic materials from the parents, like the dad, like the long fin and the colors, if it's actually a male that will be passed down from other generation. But that's gonna be a small experiment that I'm gonna be doing, because I generally don't want to get guppies anymore. And I think the next fish auction is gonna be on my birthday, or maybe like 5 days after my birthday. So it's not gonna be anytime soon. So by the time that I put them on the tank, they should breed if it's possible. But I'm gonna look into it later. And the fries are doing pretty good. They're not fries no more. They're getting bigger because they eat a lot. And yeah, and this is another Sawtails red velvet that I also had from my local fish store auction, and I have a random Endler and this as well that keep the Sawtails company. But initially I had like those shrimp on this thing, and that's one of the reasons why we can probably like see some shrimp, or like one shrimp to be honest, remaining. But I had like a bunch of those shrimp. They all died because I had like a beta first on the tank, and I think that the beta actually ate the shrimp, and they just like all died. But yeah, it's a 5-gallon. It's not really big, but I really love it though. And this is my 20-gallon long with a gigantic sponge filter only for my red tree shrimp. Think. But they are getting brighter and brighter because they are growing, and because I fed them the pellet yesterday. Yo, I'm actually believing this because I fed them the pellet yesterday, so you guys can actually like see them a little brighter. I'm gonna feed them the pellet today as well. But yeah, that's them right now. I have like some really big one, and I just like can't wait for them to actually start spawning. We start doing what red cherry shrimps do, which is, you know, do making babies. I just can't wait for this thing to be all red and me not knowing what to do if the shrimps actually sell them. Because I do like shrimp, don't get me wrong, I do like shrimps, but I think it will be best for me to sell them. Just kidding. But the environment is stable, and I'm keeping them at around like 79 now. And I think it's fine. The filter is working, but I still have like some random mosquito larvae on the thing that I'm just gonna scoop out before I actually have more, because I really don't want to like put my Endlers on thing like back to back and switching the environment totally and then dumping in the original thing that it was on. So I'm just gonna scoop out the Endlers. But when it comes to today, I'm not gonna feed them today. I'm just gonna feed my fish, and I'll feed them tomorrow once I'll be back from work, leaving them on the tank. So I feel like when I see one, I should just scoop it out before, I don't know if they make other one or before other ones appears, but I don't know like that whole thing about mosquito larvae, to be honest. I just know that hey, they are there, and they, before you know it, they just become multiple, and I really don't like it, because when they do wrinkle like this where they make the shrimps afraid, and I don't want my shrimps to be afraid and drop out of the thing because of the mosquito larva. So that's the reason why I'm gonna remove it. Let me just take a gauntlet and remove it. This thing right now, fishnet, remove it right now. So I'm done with feeding all my fishes. I did some little modifications. So I initially wanted to go with Endlers, like I told you guys about. So I ended up with 3 small babies because I was not able to catch the big one, and I did not really want to spend much time trying to catch them because hey, I'm running out of time now because I have to go to work. And I also added like a sponge with some elastic also. But like one thing that keeping Endlers had taught me over the time was if you have a really strong hanging back filters, so you're not gonna see any babies at the thing because the fries are just gonna get aspirated, or I'll see the hanging back filter will just them. So that's one of the reason why I add the sponge, and then I wrapped it around so that I make sure that it is stable. But the craziest thing about this thing though is I initially thought it was like an empty tank without nothing on it. But like this morning, when I came back from work, so I've seen two shrimps on it. As soon as I they saw me, they just like went on the plants or on the leaves on top of the aquarium, which is crazy. So I have shrimps on this. So maybe they'll breed, and then I ended up with like a bunch of cherry shrimp because they're initially from the same vendor. I think it's probably like some plants that the vendor had on the cherry shrimp plant, and then I just ended up with the cherry shrimp. But that's crazy though. Like I really did not do anything in order to keep them alive, to acclimate them or nothing. But they're just like on the tank. But I know that they are there now, so hopefully they're gonna like start breeding soon, and I'll have a lot of cherry shrimp, if they're cherry shrimp to be honest. But I don't know what they are. But they're kind of like translucent now. But I don't want to say that they're good shrimp. Please God, just make them cherry shrimp. But hey, you never know. But yeah. So the three little babies, Endler babies, are in the tank with the male one. Still pretty responsive, so I fed him today. And I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. I will give you guys an update on how they are doing on the tank. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go to work right now. Bye.